Alex here, your VRay guide, and welcome to the winners webinar of the VRay Interior Workshop 3.0. Today we're going to examine all the final work submissions that we got here, and we've got Jamie with us. How you doing, Jamie? Jamie, are you here?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Hey, awesome.
Yes, I am.
Awesome day.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks a lot for being here. And all right, so I think we're ready to start. And we are going to examine some of your really good works. We did over 5 weeks actually of training, and this is the moment that you have been waiting for. We got amazing prices here. 3D connection navigation mouse. We have also VR virtual reality glasses here, and we have also ergonomic mouse, which is very useful and easy to work with. Okay, so we need to select 3 of our winners, and we are going to examine 3 levels: level of realism, composition and creativity, and of course your work in progress and the process of how you created, if you really gathered all the references and really assembled and worked through all the levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So why don't we begin from Alex J right here, and we're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna say what I think. Jamie's gonna say what he thinks, so I'm gonna start first. I really like this nighttime image. The materials are pretty good. Daytime image also good. A little bit overburned, the carpet, but it's a good burn. It's a good burn. Maybe I'd like to see a little bit more detail here in the wood. But generally speaking, I like the lighting, I like the materials, I like the composition. Let's go back to the night view. Here also, the materials and the composition working really well. Thanks a lot to Evermotion for providing some of the props that I see that's been used. Those books and this wooden box here, and the materials, the leather material look pretty good. The photorealistic aspect is there. I think the lights may be a little bit overburned, but overall this image and that image, those submissions, they're pretty good. Let's go and check out Whip. So he gathered pretty good materials. He went through the stages, and some of the stages he actually jumped straight into the level 2 here, but after seeing some stuff that's not working in colors and balancing the light, he actually went back to level 1 and submitted those. This is pretty good. And then he went forward with level 2 and kept improving through the comments, and then he actually went to the night version, and those are pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit dark, but generally speaking, the realism is there, the materials and the level of detail is there. And he went actually to 2 pages with his stuff. Let's go to 2nd page, how he did it here. Yeah, pretty good stuff. What do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you all the way. The work is really good, and as you mentioned earlier, the some of the materials are a bit overburnt, especially the light bulbs. If you look at that light bulb and where the light hits the carpet and the table, it's a bit overburnt, and that would be kind of irreversible to do in post. So
it's really hard to remove the overburns. Yeah, what I would do, I would just reduce a little bit the burn and color balance while you render. So when the image been rendered and saved, you're getting a little bit less less burned out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point.
And this is something that you can always.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, continue. Sorry, I was
yeah,
just
yeah,
going to add one final comment, but
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that because even that overburn area, if he reduces it as you suggested, then in post he can actually select the areas that he wants the overburn to occur with the with the VRay light select.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to just control that.
Yeah,
Which the final objective of getting a really good balance in an image. So yeah,
yeah. And
definitely. Overall image composition, it looks pretty good.
right, yeah, I
Quite
like
nice.
it. I like it. It's one of my favorites also. Yeah. Another solution would be probably to save this as OpenXR, full floating point, and
Yeah,
in
yeah,
post he will be able to recap that if he would work with a 32-bit channel. That's a little bit more advanced
yes,
level.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
so much for beginners to know how to work with OpenXRs and 32-bit floating point. So basically,
yeah,
when you have that range of pixel depth, you can bring all the information back. But then it's also hard to balance everything. I'd rather get cleaner render without overburns than try to fix it
yes,
later with
yes,
OpenXRs and stuff like this.
yeah, definitely, definitely,
Cool,
definitely.
cool deal. Let's move to the
Yeah, that's the
next
right way
one.
to go. I agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah, let's move to the next one. Here we have Fadi. Fadi did also pretty good work here, but unfortunately, if we go to his weep, he got only one image, and he just jumped straight into the level 2, and we have some references that he posted here, but we don't see much of development and brainstorming ideas. We just got his two works here, which in my opinion looking pretty good. I mean, I like this shot a lot, and I also like that one. My only concern is this: we get some specks here of old film effect, which I think not really
yeah,
adding.
yeah,
The realism is
yeah, yeah,
there. It's there. The materials looking good. Design is looking good, and it's very luxurious and Victorian, rich, balanced. Colors looking good also. This one may be a little bit too yellowish, but from the artistic point of view, the design and the ideas and the passion is there. I can see that. Fadi is interior designer, got good knowledge with all the creativity, but unfortunately he doesn't have much progress going on. And I'm thinking this is what other users and clients would like to see: how the light works, how the design decisions were made. What do you think?
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Again, yeah, the final render looks very impressive. Uh, However, as you mentioned, the speckles is something that a client will never go for. No clients will ever want. If this is like personal work, perhaps yeah, it's okay. But most clients, interior designers, will never want speckles on their renders. And as you said as well, most clients like to go through the work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the image looks very good, Fadi would have had to liaise with the client about the cameras and lighting and things like that. The work in progress, basically. You can't just go from A to B, from A to Z without going A, B, C, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, that's the only thing that obviously is not coherent with everything else.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, the composition, the design, the shot, everything looks good. It's
My
just
only
yeah, it's
concern here regarding the design is this long hanging lamp on the
yeah,
side, another
yeah,
chandelier. I don't see any purpose of this. The columns here, designed columns aligned pretty good, and he put his logo on it, which is awesome. The placement of the chairs and the position of the camera, um, to the slow angle also works well. But my only concern is the additional hanging chandelier that can block a walking space between those two couches. If
Yeah,
you actually want to walk around it, you can only walk from
yeah,
one side. You cannot. And if someone wants to clean the floor, those are little design decisions that you need to
yeah.
think through. How you walk around the space, if it's easy to move and navigate, if it's complicated, something blocks it. So I can see there
Yeah.
is some space behind the couch, so I'm assuming you can walk between the mirror and the couch. um,
Actually, those types of chandeliers would normally be at double or triple height ceiling,
yeah,
not on the ceiling like that.
yeah. You're
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah. It's a
modern
good.
chandelier, right? Not the classic one. The classic one, I think
Yeah,
it's in a good position.
yeah, yeah. It's good. No, no, that one is good. I'm referring like to the one that comes all the way down.
Yeah,
It'd normally be in a much higher ceilings
yeah.
for obvious reasons, because people will, hit their heads against it. Surely.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, the work's looking good. Those are two really well balanced. The color is there. This one came out a little bit yellowish. I mean, it's got this nice gold looking style, but I think the blues are getting lost within this yellow because they bouncing and the specular is picking up a little bit too much of this yellowish goldish. And the walls, though, I think the wall's supposed to be white unless they paint it in gold. So this definition, if I would design this, I would maybe make just the frames in gold and make sure that the white stucco would get actually white color and not that yellowish. So color balance is a little bit missing in this one, but two of those are looking pretty good.
I'm actually wondering. Okay, the other view that you're looking at. There's some kind of, yeah, this one.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it looks like a painting as opposed to
Miro.
a 3D render. I
Oh,
don't know
for
if this
yeah.
was intentional or not,
Yeah.
but he certainly looks a bit
Yeah, I think
like a
Fadi
painting.
tried. He got this. He asked me if what additional programs that I use to give this photorealistic look to the images, and
Yeah,
I recommended him to get Lux Builder, and I think he worked with Lux Builder to get those nice photorealistic effects into the image, like chromatic aberration, film grain,
right. Okay.
vignetting, and different color shifting and less
Yeah,
lens
yeah,
distortion techniques. Yeah, and it looks very artistic and less photorealistic. Those are looking more in a photorealistic way, except the film grain that we get those little black specks that I think kind of reducing and,
yeah.
taking it away a little bit from the quality, from the clean quality of the image that I would actually like to see in this one. But
And not, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to add the thing that there's a lot of detailing around the walls and things, which is really, really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, I don't know if he modeled that himself or he was provided with,
Yeah,
but it looks
yeah.
great. Yeah.
If he, I think he modeled, or I mean, the shapes are not that complicated, and you can probably find a lot of models on the internet for those panels, wall panels, and
Yeah.
wall frames. He got the
Yeah,
camera. I think the paintings is from his own library, but I think this camera is from the Evermotion. The chair definitely from his own. I don't think we share this. Or maybe 3D Arc Shop have it because we shared some 3D Arc Shop furniture. I'm not
right.
sure. Let's go and let's see another two works. Lakshmi did this one. I think it's a little bit too dark, but I like the design and I like the simplicity of this room. I mean, everything works pretty well. The lights are not overexposed. just the image maybe a little bit too dark, and in some other monitors, that's the night view obviously too dark and a little bit washed out. We can see that it's lacking of contrast. So I would tune it up a little bit. From the design point of view, it's looking good. It's balanced and simple. It works, but from the realistic point of view, it's a little bit off because I don't get much GI
Yep,
and
yep.
ambient
I was going to say that.
occlusion. Yeah.
Connecting shadows, things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah, it looks a little bit
And
abrupt, the connection points.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And also like the detail on some of the furniture is not as realistic. I think that also like contributes to the overall photorealism. The detail around the 3D model. Like for instance, the sofa on the right,
Yeah.
especially that one, where the seat looks a bit too squarish for me. It's not as organic as it's supposed to be, like creases.
Yeah, and I can
I
also
think,
see the armchairs here. It's very angular. It's supposed to be a little bit
yeah,
soft when you put your hands on it. It's supposed to
yeah.
be more, I guess, curvy. Yeah, it's very
I suppose,
sharp-edged.
yeah, yeah. I suppose again, it's all a matter of looking at references to see what those sofas look like.
Yeah, let's go check it out. What she did with her references. So here we had two of her references coming in, and was a design sketch. So she actually went through planning the work, which is good.
Yeah,
And
amazing. Yeah,
we have level 1 submission, and then we have some textures here. We have some correction for level 1 that I did. And here she started already working with the light. I think this one is much better than
yeah.
this one. This one
I
looks
think this
dark.
image can, yeah.
And
I tell
here
you,
at
the
this stage,
composition.
right? At this stage, it looks much brighter and much
Yeah.
richer.
I tell you, I personally think that this image can really become a photo-like
Mm-hmm.
if she works on the GI
Yeah.
and some of the models and materials as well, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like the fabric is not reflecting enough.
Yeah,
It's not bouncing enough light, so I'm not getting much of a specular here.
yeah,
Also on the couches.
yeah.
I see
There
some
should be,
detail, but I see segments. I see edges here. You see
yeah,
that
yeah,
on the
something,
side?
yeah.
So
All these small details will contribute to
yeah,
making an image more photorealistic.
yeah. The
Like they say, the devil's in a detail.
yeah, a little bit more detail. The carpet looks good though, and the little props looking good. I can see some
Yeah,
subsurface scattering going here on the grapes, which is
it looks
good,
very good.
right? And from the composition, it looks awesome. It's just
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's got a lot of potential to becoming
hmm
a very, very, like a winning image. I
yeah,
would say a winning visual.
right, right.
It's just those small details. Oh, something I've just noticed that wouldn't. I mean, this is just a personal view here,
Mm-hmm.
but the picture frame isn't that overly big? I'm just wondering. It looks very good, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying from a design point of view,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't that picture frame will be huge?
Yeah, yeah. It looks a little out of scale, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is just something I've noticed. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe
Yeah.
some
Well,
people
in
would
compared to
argue with it.
lamp, yeah, maybe it is a little
Yeah,
bit big. Yeah. And my last point here is the background. I would put some glow here because we have this really sharp edge between the window frame, which is super bright, and then boom, it just jumps straight into the sky, which is not bright enough. It's kind of grayish, so it creates
yeah,
this line here. I see that she tried to fix here because the selection is not that clean. I can see some pixel in and out coming in from this white frame. So some glow would definitely add a better connection between the background and the window frame here. So yeah, besides that, this stuff looks good, and she also did a good uh, preparation and good whip. So she put some thinking and design, decisions and development, which is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. This shot is a winning shot. It's a £1 million shot, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, $1 million shot, definitely.
Let's move on to Leslie. Leslie from Knoll, from Canada, working with furniture. Really good images. In my opinion, I think she got the best so far. Her and Alex are very, very close. It will be a really hard decision to choose. Her overburn here is slightly less. I think Alex got a little bit more burned out areas here. If we, why don't we just compare it 1-to-1? So if we put those 1-to-1, I can see, yeah, Leslie got more detail going on. Here's a little bit, the detail got lost a little bit. Warm colors versus colder colors. Alex got a little bit warmer image, but yeah, Leslie got this nice look. I really like the GI here, which is really not uniform, and I like the film grain and some chromatic aberration, and I see some soft edges that's been added here, because we can see that the sharpness is going away in the sides and the corners of that image. However, the night views didn't came out really well. It's kind of got romantic, nice atmosphere, but I think it's a little bit too dark. And also here we're kind of losing some GI and some level of realism. Again, the connection points are not that great, but the day views, I think, amazing, except the background. The background looks a little bit off and looks like there's some chromatic aberration going on, and some blurriness.
Yeah, yes, it looks almost like a painting
So
outside.
higher resolution, yeah, I would take some really high
detail.
resolution image and use it, because you have a lot of sharpness going on in the chairs and the bottles and the sculptures and everything, like inside the room is super sharp, and then the background is just so blurry. And
in addition to everything that you've said, I would just add the fact that in that little chair on the left hand side of the screen,
which image? This one?
There's no connecting shadow. Yeah, that one. This one here. You see this green chair? There's. I mean, personally, this is just my personal taste. I would have liked to see a little bit of connecting shadow.
Right, more ambient occlusion here on the floor, because this is inside the room.
Yeah.
It's and we have a lot of light coming in and bouncing from the floor, so it will remove the ambient occlusion from those chairs. Those chairs are actually really good connected. I can see that the GI here works really well in ambient occlusion, but somehow it doesn't really work inside. I've noticed also the table, this round table here. It looks a little.
I mean, this is just a personal taste. It's just a personal taste. She may agree or disagree on that.
Yeah, the chair, the books,
there's something
the books here. I think what actually throws it away is the contrast. The contrast is really strong between white and dark here. That's why it's really popping out. Same goes with this metal chair here. The contrast is pretty strong.
In comparison to
this is why it's really popping out. But besides that, I really love the wall that she did here. Really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
the hanging
Yeah.
lights. There's you can actually feel the
Mm-hmm.
material there. The golden statue on the
Yeah.
left. On the previous
Yeah.
image, it looks
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
good.
It's like kind of
Uh, the ceiling
bronze
pipes.
material.
Yeah,
Works
bronze.
well.
Yeah, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually feel the materials very, very
Oh,
well. Um, Another thing that like this is just a personal taste. You can
mm-hmm.
take it or leave it. I was going to mention that the curtain, I would have just add a little bit of um,
Some foldings
uh,
and yeah,
a
yeah.
gradient.
And maybe I
Yeah,
would make it a little
a
bit
gradient
longer so
there.
we could see something, some folds on
Yeah,
the floor so it will not be that
yeah,
straight.
something. Yeah, exactly. Like something a bit
Mm-hmm.
translucent. You just add a lot more to what is already a
Yeah,
very good image. It's
yeah.
already good, but it's just this, this little bits and bobs that'll just make it a much
Mm-hmm.
better image.
Yeah.
2 cents.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. The cloth can be a little bit more transparent to get that clothy
Yeah, yeah,
feeling and a
yeah.
look. But besides that, everything works pretty well, right?
Yeah,
I like,
yeah. Very, very
yeah.
good composition. I really
The
like.
night didn't
I like
came
the
out that
composition.
good, but the days are pretty good.
Yeah,
She did actually
yeah.
a lot of investment of the whip.
I was just gonna say that the way the that cloth drapes around
Mm-hmm.
the sofa,
Let's go back to that image. Yeah,
uh,
this one.
you see, it seems too solid. It's not draping as
Mm-hmm.
well as he should have. I think
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
photorealism. In terms of photorealism, as well as the
Mm-hmm.
pillow. See the pillows.
Mm-hmm. Look a little
Now these are
stiff.
just small bits
Mm-hmm.
and bobs. I'm talking about photorealism here because as an image it
Mm-hmm.
looks very good, but it's not photorealistic because of these small
Mm-hmm.
bits and bobs that are missing
Yeah.
there. I think the ultimate goal of a visualizer is to blur, the difference between CG and
Mm-hmm.
a photo. And if you, yeah, if you consider that, then obviously you start picking on these small bits and bobs, in terms of detail, like the way the cloth drapes around the
Yeah.
sofa and the pillow or the stand. But overall, it's a very good image.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The
It's a very
cloth
good
looks a
image.
little bit stiff. It looks like it's doesn't have
Yeah,
maybe enough either gravity or maybe softness to the cloth. I mean,
yeah,
it
yeah,
works more like something like jeans, something that is more stiff and less like cotton
yeah, yeah. A little bit more
or
stiff.
something
Yeah,
that is
yeah, that's right.
more clothy. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go check her weep. She did a pretty good planning here with the sketch that we started. Got some nice
yeah.
references. Which was really good.
Amazing, amazing stuff. Yeah, definitely very,
She
very
got
good.
furniture I think from her company that she was working at, and yeah,
Right. Good
yeah,
stuff.
she did a nice. We had a little struggle here with the gamma and the light, but eventually she found out. She was able to find the solution. So working with Leslie was pretty interesting because she's very passionate about what she's doing and she's not willing to compromise on less quality. And
Definitely. You can see
yeah,
that.
you
You
can
can see
see.
that. Definitely. You can see that she's very, very professional in what
Right,
she does.
right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
composition and balance
Top to
is there,
bottom there.
and we can see that she's trying to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
realism by placing light in different directions and trying to find the
Yep.
best
Yep.
solution
Yeah.
uh, for the
For sure.
images, which is pretty cool. Yeah, definitely a lot of points for that.
Yeah. I would say that most clients will definitely agree with their
Mm-hmm.
workflow. References, the whips actually show their professionalism,
Right,
personally.
right. Yeah, I agree. And a lot of tryouts. You see, she got the couches. She
Yeah.
put a cloth here. She worked colors. The couch was green at the beginning, then
Exactly.
she changed it. So there was a lot of
Yeah.
comparison and tryouts. Someone told me that everything
Yeah.
being revealed through comparison. So you have to have you cannot know if the work is good enough unless you compare it to something that is less good, and then you know, oh, this works is awesome.
Yeah,
So you gotta
yeah,
try
yeah,
and
definitely,
see what
definitely.
colors work, what not. So eventually she went with kind of bluish colors here in the cloth,
Yeah,
and I think everything works. The painting
yeah,
reflects the colors of the
yeah.
sofa,
I really like this shot.
and the apples reflecting the colors of the armchair, and we have some drink here also yellowish. So the monochromat between bluish and greenish
Definitely.
and gray is very good, and the object's
Yeah,
position.
yeah. It's very,
Mm,
very good. And that's actually, the workflow in a real
mm-hmm.
production environment. Sometimes things don't work. You just try. It's a trial and error all the way until you get, the final results. And yeah, you can see it.
Mm.
Very, very good end result. Apart from the comments, obviously. But yeah, other than that, everything looks very, very professional.
All right, let's move to the next one. We have Raul. He made also really good works, maybe a little bit too contrasty, in my opinion. So we're losing some detail here. He had a little better. He had a little bit better works in progress in his submission here. So let's go and check out his whip. He started by doing a sketch, just placing stuff and placing materials, which is another way to go. Just photoshopping stuff
Yeah,
in. He got a print screen. He positioned camera, got a print screen, and started just pasting things in Photoshop. I think it's the best way to select the colors, to select the objects and the composition, and
definitely. Yeah, it's very, very quick. Yeah,
continuing. He's marking here things that he's about to do. I think it's a really good way to go. And then he got the tests,
definitely.
which came out really good. You can see already that the light is there. The realism is going to be there as
Yeah,
soon as he's going to add the models. This is one of the
yeah.
most is
The
right. This
connecting
is one
shot.
of the most essential points when you work with level one. If your level one looks good, your level two with textures and final post production will be okay. But if your level one is overburned or too dark, you will start struggle by creating materials, and then you will be struggling by overburned or underexposed results when you start rendering and doing post production. So yeah, we had
Definitely,
some work here
definitely.
also that been done. I suggested him to use different additional lights because the lights here were very very pale, and it's like, are they on, are they off? It's really hard to understand. Also the jar was like too small, and he changed that. At the beginning he put two bottle of whiskey, and I suggested him that and that early time during the day, you probably want to put some maybe juice or something like that, not a not a black
Yeah.
label. I mean, it's good for the
Yeah.
bar, but like, trying to sell image, with a nice day shot and putting black label and laptop, it's kind of it's kind of
Yeah, sending out the wrong
yeah,
signal,
a
isn't
bit too early
it?
for that. Maybe during the evening shot, but during the day shot, definitely he made the right decision by putting two cups here, two glasses of some juice and some strawberries.
Yeah, yeah. It's more
Hmm.
healthy and balanced
Exactly,
lifestyle.
exactly. Health sells much better than the unhealthy stuff. So those images, I mean, I think this is the same as this one.
I really like this shot though. It's really close to being photorealistic. Very
Yeah,
close.
yeah, I agree. But somehow the final images, whatever he did here, came out very, very contrasty. He had
Yeah,
much better this one. If we compare this one to that,
yeah.
I'm just gonna.
You see,
You see, it's
yeah,
it's less contrasty. I mean,
yeah,
this.
yeah, definitely. I think in terms of mood, I prefer this one better than
Mhm.
all the others. The overall contrast is more
Right.
realistic. However, if you look close to certain materials. For instance, the
Mm-hmm.
curtain. Can you see the pattern of the texture that you had applied? You'd have been in
Yeah,
vertical, not
yeah,
horizontal, would it? Things like that, and you'd have been more translucent. Regardless, you'll never find the curtain um, with that kind of
yeah.
material. It doesn't feel like the type of curtain they would see. You see the
Mm-hmm.
suede or just a normal
Yeah.
fabric. You'd never be that particular material. I don't even know what material that
Yeah,
is.
it's a little hard to read
And
this
there's also
material. Like you don't really understand if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
velvet or if it's
yeah,
gold, if it's yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. But the overall mood of the image is very, very good. It's very realistic. The overall mood. But obviously, if you start
Mm-hmm.
looking close, you start picking up other things that are not, coherent
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
photorealistic image.
I suggested him to pop up the walls and to pop up the detail of the curtain, which is came out really good. I like how the curtain reads here. You get those bumps and the contrast between those little foldings here.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
pillows also, you can see the bluish light and the yellowish light and the combination of those in the
yeah,
pillows,
yeah,
which is came out
yeah,
pretty good. The
yeah,
carpet contrasty
yeah,
and the floor got nice level of reflection, but that frame was
yeah,
much better. Yeah, you can really see and read the frame in this one, even though the
yeah,
spots are not that
yeah,
good, but everything falling into the right contrast. And when you
yeah,
open this,
yeah. You lost.
yeah, you start getting those black holes when you just don't see any detail
Yeah,
in this frame.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You lost a lot of
Mm-hmm.
details there.
Just
Yeah,
it's too
for
much
sure.
contrast. Unfortunately, came out.
Yeah,
A little fixes like those, and I think he will be one of the winners. But
yeah,
somehow
for sure.
somehow the contrast, and I think it's also too sharp. It's getting to the point where it's starting to get crispy. You know,
Yeah, too
yeah,
crisp,
right,
isn't it?
right here on those,
Yeah,
you can see the pixels, some
yeah.
pixelation, and some you can see even some maybe was the snow.
You probably applied the sharpness
Yeah,
filter
yeah,
on top of
yeah,
it. I'm just
yeah.
assuming here.
It's hard because you gotta have references to follow, and he had some references, but when you work on a project for too long, at some point you lose a sense.
Yeah, you lose
Yeah, and then
sight
you
of
have to
the.
step back, go take a walk, go take some pictures, or look at some other images, get inspired and come back to your image, and then you start to see this stuff.
I can actually add my 2 cents on that. What companies tend to do these days is to actually flip
Mm-hmm.
the image. For instance, you have that image, you've been looking at it for quite
Mm-hmm.
some time. A number of artists in production companies now, what they tend to do is to flip the image
Right.
horizontally,
Yeah,
Photoshop. So you see an image,
or to put it on black and white. That's another option.
something like that.
We
Yeah,
do when I worked at D-Box, we had a lot of we had this time when we were testing how the stuff being read in the image, if all the details are blurring in or they popping out and they having good relation and contrast between them, we would just apply black and white filter
yeah.
to the image, and this is boom, like you remove all the colors and yeah,
Becomes
and then you
yeah,
see
yeah,
immediately, yeah,
and it becomes yeah,
if it's
it becomes very
Mhm.
apparent. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he did a good job, but unfortunately towards the end he ran out of power. I mean, I like this one. Look at this. I like this one a lot. Maybe the lights here not
Yeah,
working the way it should work, but we can read the frame. Um, we can
yeah,
read the lighting coming in. We can read the direction of the light, the composition, everything
yeah.
is pretty good here.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good
Hmm.
composition, I have to
Yeah.
say.
All right, so the whip is good, the level of realism less, the composition and creativity is good as well. So let's move to the next
Yeah.
one. What we've got here. Oh, that's about it. We came into Alex. So we have
That's it.
our 5 finalists. Our
Yep.
finalists: Leslie, Alex J, Raul, Lakshmi, and Fadi. So, what do you say, Jamie? Who's your favorite? Let's start from the less favorite, and we'll go
The last
to the
favorite.
most favorite. So,
Third place would be Leslie. I mean, I'm just basing
yeah.
myself on what you know most
Mm-hmm.
well, taste
Right.
as well. It's everything:
Mm-hmm.
lighting, composition, everything. Second place, it'd be
Friday.
Fadi. Uh, second place, and the first place would be Alex. I think.
Okay.
That's. I hope I'm not breaking anyone's heart, but
It is
that's
what
my
it
honest.
is.
It's my honest opinion. Yeah.
Okay. So my decision, I would actually go third place. That's tough. Third place, I would give to Lakshmi. I would give her
Okay.
third place because she did a good work, and she tried to do stuff. Her stuff is balanced. It's a little bit too
Yeah.
dark, but it works. It works. There's a little things that needs to be fixed, but it works. And she did a good progress. She invested, so I like the whip, and I like the sketch that she actually did. A lot of thinking.
Yeah.
Second place. Second place, I would give to Alex. That's my choice.
Okay.
He did a good stuff. He did a good work. A lot of props, very rich and full. But somehow, I think his lights were a little bit overburned.
Okay.
Even though the night image is good, man, this is so hard. This is so hard. I'm really really debating between Leslie and Alex. Who's gonna get the second place? Yeah,
I mean, Leslie's work is very, very good.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I chose a third place just because I had to
Right.
choose, but those images, all those three are very, very close.
Yeah,
And I would say the most professional ones in terms of workflow would be
yeah.
Leslie. She's the best. Should be, better fit to work in any company than
Right.
the other three, just because of her workflow. You can tell she's very,
Yeah,
very professional. It's just the end result. It's just those final tweaks that would have just, catapulted her to the
yeah,
first place right away.
yeah.
But obviously, that's a personal opinion, and yeah.
So yeah, we have really hard decision here. We need to choose. I would maybe turn this to the community and do public voting on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we
Great.
cannot decide right now. It's a hard decision. I mean, I really
Definitely.
appreciate everyone being in this webinar and doing this stuff. But I'm guessing I have to post those works in the forum, in our blog, VRay School, and run social voting and social media. And
Yeah. Is that tight?
yeah, it
Is that
is.
tight?
It
That's why
is.
we
It
need to
is.
do
It
that.
is.
And that's a very good position to be in. To
Yeah.
be to be so difficult to choose
Right.
the winner because all three candidates, all last three candidates are
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah. All right, public voting is over. Thanks a lot, guys, for helping us by choosing a winner and giving up your vote. So if we scroll down, we can see we got 50 votes. First one actually went to Lakshmi. I gave my vote to Leslie. We can see Lakshmi, Alex, Leslie, Alex, Lakshmi, Leslie. Then Leslie, Lakshmi, Fadi got 2 votes. Lakshmi, Leslie, Fadi, Lakshmi, Fadi. And we scroll down, we see Leslie starts to pick up here. Leslie, Fadi, Alex got 2, Fadi got another 2, then Alex J, Fadi, Leslie, Fadi with another 2, Leslie with another 2, and more goes to Leslie here, and Fadi another 2 to Lakshmi, and Leslie, and the final one's going to Lakshmi. Alright, so I actually took my time and counted those votes, so let's go and check out how much each one of them got. Fadi got 12, Lakshmi got 8, Alex got 6, and Leslie got 19. Woohoo! So you guys probably can guess that Fadi is a 3rd place as we expected, Alex is gonna get a 2nd one, and Leslie is the 1st place of VRay Interior Workshop, our absolute winner, which is going to get this cool 3D connection mouse to navigate through your 3D worlds. Very essential thing to do. I just love this one. Helps you to set up the cameras and gives you that nice touch when you navigating through your 3D scenes. 2nd place, Alex J gonna get those VR virtual reality glasses. You can have those apps, put your phone inside and have full virtual reality experience. And 3rd place, Fadi is going to get this awesome ergonomic mouse that is very comfortable to work with and don't have any wrists problems. I got this stuff at my work. Very cool thing. All right, so thank you very much for attending, voting, and thanks a lot to all the attenders that did our VRay Interior workshop and came out with those amazing works. Give it up for Leslie, give her a big hand for putting so much effort in creating photorealistic images to show you guys how it should be done. The VRay Interior workshop is officially over. I'll see you next year with the prizes and the new winners. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Alex, your VRay guy. Ciao.